According to the UN World Tourism Organization, the tourism sector fell from $48.5 billion in 2019 to $12.6 billion in 2020. This represents a fall in foreign direct investment in tourism of 73.2% in 2020. Experts are of the view that it is important that entrepreneurs understand the critical steps in financial modeling for SME funding in a post-COVID-19 era, especially for the tourism sector. Upcoming entrepreneurs were advised to keep record on past business trades and financial reports. They should be willing to share equal financial risks with the investors, do feasibility and financial focus studies that provides realistic understanding of their business.
What you want to start, chances are I have financed a similar business before. So there is benchmarking that we use. You need to start by also doing benchmarking. Innovation is great, but one thing that you need to know is if you're the first in a particular thing that you want to do, it's always going to be more difficult to convince others. And this is where I normally say that you will have first mover advantage and all those nice things. But when it comes to the financing part, you will often, get shot down.
Ultimately, a financially viable business for you to be able to access funding. And the more thorough and robust your financial forecasting is, the easier the work of financiers in terms of not only evaluating your application, but also providing the required extension of credit.
The experts also urged successful African entrepreneurs to plow back into their communities in which they operate.
Typically, African entrepreneurs that are successful do not necessarily take responsibility for plowing back in the community, the same way we've seen the European angel funding networks taking off, or the way venture capital finance is very functional. The benefit of European nations is also that the governments are fairly supportive in terms of idea generation and prototype development support institutions. There's grant funding available for some of these stages that an entrepreneur goes through to create a prototype. There's much more coordination between academia and private sector and development agencies in European market. We do not have it here.
Juliana Fuka, NBC News, Bantuk.